was confused because he's thinking and teaching falsely that all white people are going to be destroyed. And he's using the book of Obadiah, the book of Malachi, out of context when it says there shall be none remaining of what? The house of Esau. And in their minds, none remaining, oh, they're going to disappear. No, it's talking about the property the Roman Catholic Church, the Romans, has taken. Their ill-gotten gains will be restored back to its original owner. It doesn't mean all white people are going to be killed. That's insane to even use the Bible for such a stance. And that's that crazed theology that's out there that's giving Christ and those who believe in the Bible a bad name. Okay, Christ didn't tell Pontius Pilate, you're the devil that the Torah speaks of. Pilate looked at him and says, you almost compel me to be Christian. The real Christianity before the Romans came. Right? So the Septuagint clears up a lot of false doctrine that's not just in Christianity, but amongst Israelites who would like to take scriptures out of context for their racial, strictly for their personal racial beating stick against other people. So we're going to clear that up this Sunday by going into the Septuagint, showing brothers and sisters how to use this book to get the proper narrative in context according to the Bible. Okay? Now, Elder Lawyer. Oh, hold up.
Yes, sir.
Hold up. Before you go, Elder Lawyer. What do we have here? Looky here. Looky here. And I think everyone needs to have this book, The Talmud Unmasked. Yes, we're going to be going into the true teachings within Judaism in the academy. Whoa. Yes. And when you go into purity and exile, it's going to, in this book, it actually tell you how the journalist was coming amongst our people. Okay. The Tutsis, the Watus and the Tutsis. How politically a lot of our people in Africa knew they were Israelites, and they used that massacre. The Rwanda massacre. Don't believe what you see in the movies. That was a lie to cover up the truth. That they used that as a smokescreen to actually get rid of political dissonance and those who were coming together, the intellects in Africa who was coming together between the Tutsis. I'm gonna tell you right here, when that movie, what was that movie? Hotel Rwanda, the Watu and the Tutsis, right here. It goes into how our people knew they were Israelites. And it was a political thing and all that. And guess who was behind all of this? The same people we're talking about. What's the book? The Roman Empire. The Roman Empire. The Vatican. We're going to talk about that. You have the Hutu and the Tutsis, yeah. Right here. They was behind this. Now, more literature from a papyrus of the late Middle Kingdom in the Brooklyn Museum. And I'm going into this during the Hyksos time, Elder Lawyer. Where it's what? Archaeological proof that the Israelites were black in Egypt. Now, not just black. Let's just not make this a color thing. The history of the plagues was recorded from one of the Egyptians' homes on papyrus to prove that what? You got it. The plagues of Egypt was recorded and documented in Egypt. So what the historians did, the Greeks, Romans, along with the Egyptians under Manethos, changed the name of former kings, switched time periods, only, this is what they did, folks, only so that they can, what? Totally erase the history of our people ever being there. They colluded together, the Egyptians, Manethos, the Romans, and the Greeks. The Arabs were involved too. That they would distort history of our people being there and throw off the time periods according to Kings so that history could claim Israelites never existed in Egypt. They colluded so that our people in slavery today, modern times, would not be able to go back and relate our condition to our forefathers who served captivity in Egypt. Hey, we got this directly from the British Museum. Archaeological, empirical proof that cannot be disputed. How they would formulate new history of Egypt only to attempt to erase our history. Why? Because the Egyptians never gained power after the slaves were free. Same as America, the same as the Western world. Once we're free and Christ has come to make us free with the truth first, all empires who have enslaved us, like Egypt, loses power. Oh yeah, this Academy lawyer will be the one. This will be the one. Oh yeah, it will be the one. Hawaiian antiquities. We have 3 separate books I'll be going into to prove not only the Hawaiians are Israelites, but the Polynesians, those that the indigenous people of New Zealand, the Fiji Islands, all the way into Australia are different lost tribes of Israel. Hawaii are Naphtali, and their forefathers knew it. They're not Asian. I'm going to prove that in the Academy. Hey, Jews in America. I got 4 separate books. One from the 1800s, I got one from the 1800s, and I have 2 from the 1700s, and one that was written in modern times by Ronald Sanders, a Jewish person, Lost Tribes in the Promised Land. This, brothers and sisters, document back to the 1800s. Jews in America or probabilities. With the removal of Rome, with the removal of some contrary reasonings, where they go into the book and admit that the North American Indians and the tribes that were here in America who were black before the $5 Indian were really from the lost tribes of Israel. Christopher Columbus didn't discover anything. He's a liar. And the people that sent him was the Roman Empire. This is old. Look, folks. This is a reprint of the original book in Old Quaker English. Look at that. Look at that. We dropping bombshells. This Academy, folks. Huh? What you want. What you want. And we're going to show you how to utilize the Bible along with the Apocrypha. The Catholic Church, along with the Protestant Church, once it was taken over by the Roman Empire, colluded to take these books, 14 books out of the original 1611 King James Version. Why? Because it shows the proof of all the conquering lands, all the people that the Roman Empire would come against. were what? Were Israelites. Were Israelites. And Elder Lawyer, that leads me to our topic, and we're definitely going to open up the lines early. Because I want to hear from the people. If you're an Israelite who feel that something is wrong with our doctrine, and you're going to find it's Christ's doctrine, call up. This is where, listen, there will be no friction. There will be no over talking. It's going to be the knowledge that will prevail. Bring forth your strong reasoning. And one thing about it, and that I'm fine with, I don't jump all over the place. If you have a point, you have to prove that point. And if you're questioning what we're teaching, you have to allow us to bring forth the strong reasoning without jumping someplace else. If you are a Christian and feel that what we're teaching is incorrect, tonight is your opportunity. We're opening up the lines early. But understand that we set the framework and parameters for the cause. So that there's no what? So that there's no just dead air or people just talking with their feelings without edification. Christ was about edifying. At the end of his speech, everyone understood in context his purpose, his doctrine. The greatest gift is to edify and to not leave the people confused after listening. That means what? By edifying. When someone hear you teach, they must understand or know more now than they did before they heard you. That's edifying, right? That's how you edify spiritually. All right. So understand, if you come with a dispute, it's not to prove me wrong or me to prove you wrong. It's to edify it so that the people can have understanding regardless of either of us. So that the Most High can be true, every man a liar. Why? We're running out of time. And arguments never gotten anyone any place. I'm open for a dialogue, but I'm going to set the parameters. Why? Because you're on our program. Now,